Yo, good afternoon, everybody. It's my first time on my boy's. No, that's my first time on his channel. It's my first time interview. Is that an interview?
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
I guess you call that an interview. But if you guys have been keeping up with him, you guys will see that he's had what was it called? Days of Gratitude. How many days was it?
So far I'm on 127 right now.
So we're still going.
Yeah, we're still going.
Oh shit! All right, so sorry for the cursing. My bad.
No, he good.
All right, but my boys start when exactly did you start this Days of Gratitude?
I did this April 22nd.
April 22nd
of this 2018.
Now, are you trying to do like a whole year thing?
To be honest, I want to do this. I want to do this throughout my life. Forever.
That's a commitment.
There was a point. There was actually a video. Well, there was a count up. I got up to video 90, and I was gonna wrap up the whole gratitude series. Just gonna do 100 days of gratitude and move on to the next segment. But I realized that's what helped me get onto YouTube. Helped me be comfortable with the camera. It wasn't just me saying the gratitude, but I felt like that was just the process for my journey in the long run.
Okay, I get you. So now what made you? Now, if you guys have been following, you guys will see that in a couple of his episodes, he got to a point. We did, how many days was it? We did, right?
Yeah, we did 20, eventually pretty much a month, close to a month.
Pretty much a month, 20-something days of basically of just hardcore, consistently of discipline of just working out. All right, he just hit me up and said, look, this is what I want to do. Train me for about like a month or two, and then I just want to stay consistent with it. It was almost like as if it was like a challenge for him to grow more as far as self-discipline and being consistent and his goals. All right, and as you guys know me, I'm a personal trainer and a podcaster, and working out it does so many tremendous things for you, for your health, your mental, and just how you perceive life, right? And it's very disciplined, right? Just like sports. Any athletes that did any sports, you always get something out of it, all right? Even if you make it to the pro level, whatever the case may be, you always get some life lessons out of it. And for me also, I gotta admit, that whole process, it made me commit more.
Right.
Because me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm funny with it. I'm a personal trainer, but I'm not in the gym 5 days a week. That's just not me. I just never been that type of person, and I've grown to accept that. But while I'm accepting that, I always find ways to challenge myself. When I notice there's a growth that needs to be happening, I try to discipline myself and stick with it. And so with that being said, when he started his the Days of Gratitude and basically having me always there working out with him 5 days a week, right? 5 days a week? It was like 7 days a week. 7 days a week, basically. 7 days a week. All right, so for me, it actually, after that whole phase, after we were done, I actually started doing 5 days a week training myself. All right, and even when it's 5 days, even there was like 2 days out the week where I didn't train physically in the gym, I was doing something. All right, stretching, meditating, just anything that helped me grow physically and mentally. So yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you for that, because he didn't know that, but yeah, that definitely took my grind a whole nother level as far as fitness wise. All right,
cool.
So yeah, man, so once again, thank you again for having me on your podcast. And guys, also my podcast, on his vlog, so be sure to check my vlog out too. I'm starting a challenge I've been doing. It's called push-up challenge, but I'm changing it up to where I'm basically going to different areas, and mostly low-income areas, the hood, all right, to kind of bring awareness to health and wellness, to the black community. Because one thing I would say, I noticed when I worked at LA Fitness, and that's one thing I didn't get. I don't like to get too much into racist stuff like that, but that's one thing I just noticed is like I didn't see too much of my people in the gym working out, taking care of themselves. And that's something I'm like, damn, like that's something I feel like we should step our game up on, because like I said, taking care of your physique does so much for you, not just physical wise but mental wise also. Cool. Yeah, man. So as far as you, man, what's been you? It's been a while since we linked up, man.
Yeah, man. It was a challenge in the road, bro.
Yeah.
It was a challenge in the road, and I want to say thank you for at least what you've done. Let me start by, I know you guys seen some of my videos. He was in my videos. I felt like there was just a lot of people I could have come to, but ultimately just what he just provided. It wasn't just the workout. It was just the the ethnic. It was the routine. It was the accountability. You know, when I didn't check up on him, he was making sure, hey, are we still working out tomorrow? Things like that. And that's, for me, it wasn't necessarily the workout. It was more of the mindset game. And I it's something that I'm learning. Like, okay, so I this year I took the initiative to break down the year: quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And within these quarters, I make an objective that whatever my mission statement or mission word is, that's gonna be my whole quarter. And that quarter was working on my mind. And I felt like when a lot of times when we go to the gym, we're so focused on, you know, getting big, but we forget this is a muscle. And if we can make this thing a lot stronger, everything else is more routineless versus this we know how to do that, but we don't know how to sustain that high level of energy. If we could focus on this, every gym workout is easy then. True. You know? So that was my quarter 2 goal, actually. So I thank you for that. That really helped me in the process of, you know, just getting out of that funk.
Go ahead.
But as far as now, things are still unraveling, still going with the process, just creating more of a how would I say it? More of a resume for myself. So when I talk about what I do, I would have something to back up, not just all these great words. You know?
So actually, go ahead and tell the people what is it exactly that you do. Like right now, you know, what's your passion? What is that you're working on? And
So I actually wrote this down. I had a couple questions, and all right. So who I am? Sorry, I didn't even introduce myself. Everybody. So we're doing this multiple ways.
Right. There's a vlog. He got his camera going. I got my phone right here. I got my podcast going. All right. So
we're recording this video. Audio.
So to my peoples, you know, this is Shawn, and Shawn, go ahead, man.
So hi guys. I go by Shawn Mauvais, and a little background story for those that don't know me. I was born in Haiti. I came here when I was.
Bro, I did not know that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, I didn't know that.
And I came here when I was about like 3 years old. I pretty much lived in Palm Beach County my whole entire life. My father passed away when I was 13, and it's just been me and my mom since then. And it's been a journey. And where I am right now, I am working. Okay, so I have a company called Strictly Financial, and what it is exactly, it's a marketing company. It's a marketing consulting company, if you want to take it to that extent. And a lot of people kind of get confused in the sense of what it is now, because here's another understanding or another thing that I'm telling myself. I'm working on becoming an entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur. And when my long-term goal for this is creating that entrepreneurship where I consult and educate people amongst financial literacy. I'm not talking about being a financial planner. I'm talking about financial literacy. I'm talking about on every aspect, knowing what credit is, knowing how to write a check, understanding saving, understanding investments, just understanding these things, because, and even to a smaller scale, if I would have known this stuff when I was younger, there were some decisions I wouldn't have made when I got to the real world. These are things that they don't teach us in the schools.
They don't.
So in my ultimate long run, this is where I want to be, is educating the youth, is financial literacy. But I do understand when it comes to social media, this marketing type of things, people buy into you, not what you can do for them. So I realized that I just had to be authentic, had to give people who I am so they can invest in my dreams later on.
Yeah, that's true. And one thing about it, I would say, I didn't know about your dad, man. Sorry to hear that. As far as that, because how did that, say you were 13, man, so you was a teen. How did that affect you? Like, after that happened, what perspective, like, you know, what lessons did it teach you in life, and what things did you grab with that and just run with it?
Ultimately, I always thought, okay, so when it came down to me, my mom and my dad, my mom was working, she was they were both providing, but my dad took care of most of like the bills or whatever. My mom had extra money to spend and everything. But the one thing that I always took from my dad was he like actually paid me when I got A's. You know, like, and it wasn't much. It was like $1.
Yeah.
Dollar or two.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I remember like the reward, the reinforcement. So I'm like, man, I can only imagine that if he was still here today, we had our differences.
Of course.
So I was like, I can imagine if he was still here today, what was that reinforcements? And I'm like, he is still here today. He's just in my mind. So honestly, I just not having that father figure, I realized that there's two dimensions when it comes to that. I could see what my father was. My parents still got divorced, so it wasn't that great of a turnaround. So I can either walk down his shoes, or I can outgrow that and become a better person. And every single time I choose that route to outgrow, I feel like it was that positive reinforcement that he's here with me today, telling me, hey, don't become me, do better. So I felt like I hate to say it, but it worked out for a reason.
No, another thing I grabbed some when you said you're basically an entrepreneur in the making, kind of, right? Inspired entrepreneur. And that's one thing me myself I had to come in realization with. I'm like, all right, cool. I have my own business. I'm self-employed. I'll put it like that. I'm self-employed. I work for my business. You know what I'm saying? But in the long term, I want to set up a system. Like I said, just like you say, once you become a full entrepreneur, I want to set up a system where my business works for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people get that confused, and there's nothing when you say you're an entrepreneur right now. I mean,
no, absolutely
there's
not.
Nothing wrong with that. By all means, if there's some type of value you feel like you give to the world, give them that value. All right, but do it in your own way. All right, and that's what I feel like entrepreneurs really is about.
Right.
Basically, you find ways. You do basically you create your own path. Create your own path, and give value out to people. And one thing I was reading in that book, I can't forget his name. Robert. How you say his name? The Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Teowaki. Something. I know what you're talking about, though.
But anyways, basically, I was reading a book, right? And there was a chapter of the book that basically said during economic turmoil, it's the best time for entrepreneur, because it's almost as if at that time you have your back against the wall, and it forces you to innovate. It forces you to create. So, yeah, man. So with that being said, it's like, my thing is always trying to create, always trying to find my own way to help people out. Same way Shawn is doing in the financial aspect. All right. So, just a quick word of advice, man. People out here that want to be entrepreneurs, or that's your goal, that's your dream. Just one thing I learned from Gary Vee also is having self-awareness, knowing what you're good at and knowing what you're not good at. And when you know what you're not good at, don't put a magnifying glass on what you're not good at, because you're wasting a whole bunch of time when you could be doing things that you are good at. So it's like one thing for me, as far as like vlogs, right? To me, I feel like vlogs are really important as far as connecting to people. But I'm the type of person who was like, I never was the type of camera type of guy. So it's almost like I have to work my way into it. So this is why I started the podcast, to get more comfortable, and give you guys my full authentic self, like Shawn said. Because like I said, before people buy into you, they gotta love you first.
Right.
You got the brand. So yeah, so just be yourself, and whatever that you want to do it with your most authentic self and with the most self-awareness that you possibly can. And I promise you keep at it, it'll pay off.
Absolutely. So I was going through last night, there were questions, and this is something that I will never forget. I don't know if you probably still even remember this. So those that are on, at least on Bryan's podcast, so Bryan and we met through high school, and I'll never forget how we met. And looking at
I
this,
don't remember how we met, bro. Go ahead, you first remember.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Oh, really?
I feel like I know it's football had something to do with it, but
okay,
vividly, the whole scene I came.
So I'm a sophomore in high school. You're a senior, and I believe.
Damn, I'm old.
I believe Bryan missed practice someday. He missed practice, and that was the day that we were picking up jerseys or you had track practice and you came to practice late. Something along the lines. And we were picking out our jersey number, our game day jersey, and I ended up getting 23. And then I remember, I think Bryan came and got his number. He's like, "Yo, where's my number?" And I'm like, "I'm wearing it." And mind you, I don't know Bryan. I know him on the team, but I don't know him like that. And I'm wearing the jersey. He's like looking around. He's like, "Yo, where's my number? Where's my number?" I'm like wearing it. He's like, "Ah." So ever since then, you know, as a sophomore, I was like, damn, I just took this senior's number. That's crazy.
I remember that.
I'm
damn,
like,
shame on me for not getting my damn number back. How about that? How you let a senior? Listen, man. If you're a senior, do not let any sophomore get your number. You pay your dues, you do your time. It's your number to keep. That's crazy, bro. Cause when you say that number thing, I definitely remember that scenario. I think I had track practice.
I think you had track practice,
and I just came to get my number real quick. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So ever since then, I think it's kind of crazy because we didn't, not that we didn't connect, but we just had different paths.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
So it's just like, I think about it now, like the people that are really connected in football, I don't even talk to them.
Exactly. That's how it is in high school. Most people think connect, that you don't talk to them, or the people that be, you know, yearbook. Most to be succeed, most miss popular, this and that. Man, listen, after high school, all that is gone. You're in the real world and things change up real quick, all right? So that's crazy, man. I'm glad you remember that.
Yeah, man.
I'm definitely glad you remember that.
So I wanted to ask you, to my guys, I think people that are watching me, they seen you here and there. Tell them what exactly do you do at this current moment. It's a 3-part question. Mm-hmm. What are you doing at this current moment? What do you want to build? What are you building up to? And where do you see yourself after it's all been built?
All right, so right now I'm a personal trainer, you know, training clients of all ages. I think I'll stop at 60, probably like the highest I go. But anyways, yeah, I'm a personal trainer and also I'm a coach. I'm a flag football coach, a basketball coach, and now a track and field coach at a academy called Myers Academy. And yeah, man, so one thing, what was that the question again?
What do you do at a current moment? What are you building up to? Where do you see yourself?
So basically, what I'm building up to, I'm just branding myself. To be as friend, I'm just branding myself, and I'm type of person like I don't like to narrow down on one thing. I know I say, you know, if you have one thing you're good at, you work at it. Yes, but also always be open to other things that you're also good at. So which is where the podcast came into. Okay, so my podcast channel is basically, I'm a very open person. But I don't want everybody to just see me as a personal trainer. I want people to see me as a, it sounds cliche, but I guess influence. And I want to be able to influence people. So my whole thing was life was, as a young age, I remember, for some reason I always used to look for acceptance from people. And it was never a thing, like it was never something against me. I guess it is, like that I didn't like about myself. But growing up, I always look for that. It's not that I hated myself either. It's just something that it made me feel good. When people like you, you know that means you're doing something good, cause stuff like that. So that's something I always wanted to do, and I always I'm good with people. Something about you come around me, you hang around me for a day, you're gonna have a good time, all right? And just my whole aura, I always make people feel good about themselves. So as far as the podcast came around, I said, you know what? I want to do something more than just personal training. I want to interview people. I like meeting people also. I like to network with people. I like to pick people's brains out. So I said, you know what? Let me do a podcast channel. And the podcast channel, the first name of it was, what was the first name? It was Gym Talk. The first name was Gym Talk. And basically the whole concept of the podcast was, I interview you. I ask you, the first 3 questions are always, you know, when was the last time you worked out? What was the craziest thing you did at the gym or that you saw at the gym? And what does working out does for you? But I feel like I said, I didn't want to be just involved in that whole umbrella as if just a fitness guy.
Right.
Because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not no fitness guru. A lot of people may think that I am, but I'm not. I'm nowhere near that. All right, I just know couple common sense things about fitness and health, and I'm always learning as I grow. All right, so I didn't want to stick around just talk about fitness, because a lot of people, not everybody cares about fitness like I do. Although that is my goal, to make people be aware of how much, you know, health is wealth. But everybody should have their own paths. Everybody should have their own passion. Okay, so I changed the name to, I was actually doing an interview with Eric Business, he was my first big artist on the podcast. And also, guys, check him out, Eric Business. If you haven't, I think he's on tour right now again. It's funny because when I first met him, he just came from a tour in England. I think he's in London again doing a tour. But he came up, he actually gave me the name. He was like, you know what, you should cut off the muscle. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna stick with that name. I'm gonna call my podcast Off the Muscle. Basically, Off the Muscle is the meaning to it to me is you doing everything from the ground up. Okay, so we like talk about people upcomings, their shortcomings, what they've been through in life, their path right now, and what is it that they want out of life. Basically their goals in life. And it just so happened that it gravitated a lot towards music artists. So I just ran with that. So yeah, that's the two main things I'm working on right now is basically the podcast, bringing myself more through the podcast and through my vlogs. Also my YouTube channel, you can check it out. And personal training itself is the umbrella that oversees everything. I want people to know me as that guy that does personal training, but he does other things. So that's what I'm building up to. Just, it's the podcast, the vlogs, and the personal training. Just bringing awareness to people in the fitness, from a fitness mindset, basically. And what's the last one?
And after this is all said and done, where do you see yourself?
All right.
So do you see yourself amongst like the top podcasts? Like if you were just gonna be amongst the top group, where would it be? Podcast, giving that information, or are you gonna be? I
definitely see myself down the road as if I'm not a top podcast, I'm a top influencer.
Okay.
All right. So just even if it's local wise, I just want to touch people. I just want to reach out to people. Change people's lives in any way, shape, or form that I can. And as far as the fitness itself, I want to be traveling. I want to travel to where I could. Let's say I get invited to LA, to Monica Beach. That's the name? No, it's not Monica Beach. What's the name?
You talking about that?
It's a
outside workout place in LA.
Yeah, I forget the name.
I think I know what you're talking about.
All right, I forget the name of it, but basically, I want to be. Let's just say that there's an example where I get paid to go over there and I train people. Just train people real quick, like an hour training, and then just give them some tips about health and fitness. And I just want to influence people, man. That's the one where I could put it. I don't know where I will be at exactly, but this is where I would like. And speaking of that, that's one thing I always used to hate. Maybe I'm probably the only one that hates this question. People always say, where you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years. I don't know. I'm just, taking it day by day and just grinding it out. However way I have to do it, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, man, just hopefully, I'll just say this, keep it short. Hopefully in the future, I'm someone that people can know, and I'm someone that people could turn to when they need help, or they just look up one of my videos and get that motivation that they get from me.
Right.
Stuff like that. So yeah, man, that's basically it for me.
Cool, man.
That's the main goal.
Cool. And I know you mentioned it earlier in the podcast. I had written down. You said a little bit that you're going in the hoods and you are doing the push-up challenges and trying to touch those people. So is there how do I say this? Okay, so while you're touching these people, the movement that you do, like what do you see out of that? Like when are you hoping to duplicate yourself, or are you just hoping to like everybody just follow you? Like cause I think about it, like some guy come to me, he's showing me, I might want to walk with you forever, or are we just showing these guys like, hey, just let's create a movement. I duplicate myself and you go get others.
That's a good question.
Like why do you do the push-up challenge? I mean, you already said it a little bit, but I mean, ultimately how I see it is you're doing well, by the way. But I'm thinking about if you do this and guys start to really gain the concept, is that something on the plate where, hey, I'm going to do this as a mass, or I'm going to duplicate myself where not only I do the push-up challenge, this person is going to do a repost of the push-up challenge. Now the whole city of Del Rey is doing. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, long-term wise, I would like for it to be like that, where people actually, motivate each other to do the push-up challenge, or just like I said, just any type of fitness challenge. But my thing is, my mindset of it is just much different than that. It's more of a connection thing.
Okay.
So yes, it's a fitness challenge, but it's more of a connection thing.
Okay.
For example, the people that I've like my first one, right? It was on Seacrest, MLK Boulevard. If you are familiar with South Florida, Boynton Beach, MLK Boulevard, and you know what it is. It's a hood. So basically, my thing was like, literally, as I'm driving to the spot, I'm like, all right, I got a mat in my hands. Whoever was at that corner at that time didn't know me. We in the hood. It's hot as hell. It's summertime. People ain't got time, to just entertain anything. You know what I'm saying? But my thing, how I saw it was like, all right, this is an opportunity, Bryan, for you to touch somebody.
Right.
All right. Not giving an offensive speech, not nothing like that. Just do it through a form of fitness activity. You ever notice like it's like how can I put it? When you go to, let's say you go to a gym, right, and you don't pick up basketball. 9% of the time, people that pick you up, you don't know who they are. You just, hey, yo, picking me up, you're on my team, this and that, boom. And if you do good, they mess with you. All right, I might exchange numbers because, hey, next time I come to the gym, you're gonna be on my team. And right there, that forms a bond. That forms a connection between the two people, right?
Right.
And who knows, shit, down the road, that person that you picked up in basketball, that person might be doing something in life.
Right.
He might have a position.
Right.
Available for you. You need that position. You need a network, and that person that you play with basketball, he's that person that puts you in that position.
Right.
So I see it. My whole fitness thing is more of a connection type thing. All right, just trying to connect people together.
Gotcha.
And while I'm connecting people together is just bringing awareness to them how much working out does for you. Even if you're walking 30 minutes a day, if you're jogging, it just has that sense of community. It brings people together because. Overall, it involves sports. It's sports. Sports is what sports does. It brings people together. So I just try to use my platform that I know best to bring people together, and that's all it really is, man. And if it does, in the future, it grows to a point where other people duplicate it and say, "Look, all right, I saw Bryan do this, then I'm gonna do that." Then for me, that's a win, because it's like, okay, I'm passing on that knowledge to somebody else, or that motivation, or that courage for them to even. Go to a random stranger, be like, yo, you wanna do this? Boom, and right there and then, there goes the connection form. So just trying to connect to people, man. And like I said, self-awareness. I don't try to be somebody that I'm not, and that's one thing I gotta work on because I curse a lot. Sometimes, so I gotta tone that down a little bit. But yeah, I just give people my full self and try to use what I know, my platform, not some shit that I don't know nothing about, to try to touch people. All right, so yeah, man, it's a whole tactic of just connecting with people.
I'm definitely gonna use that basketball analogy.
Life man, definitely.
Like
it's
a pickup game.
Pickup game. Hey, one thing, pickup game. Hey, you make friends in pickup game, you lose friends too.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that analogy.
If your boy messing up in the pickup game, you always picking him up. You give him the benefit of the doubt, cause that's your boy. But your boy suck. Hey, your boy might have to find another team. You might have to go to the D League. Other boys that spend like 2-on-2 down the court.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just a form of connecting with people and just connecting to others, man.
Cool, man.
Now, as far as you, so I'm on your vlog, you're on my podcast, so I'm gonna ask you some questions for the people. When I'm gonna say this, bro, you have a lot of drive, and I'm not gonna BS you. I feel like you have way more drive than me. Maybe because you're your own path, but overall, drive is drive, and I feel like you have a whole lot of that. And I remember the day I was going to a seminar, bro. And I'm driving to the seminar. I'm getting a ride to the seminar from a Uber, and guess who I see? I see Shawn. And Shawn was going to that same seminar as me, but his car had broke down. His car broke down.
Yeah.
And I stopped middle of the road, try to help him out. I think he had a tow person coming in.
Yeah.
He had a tow truck coming already, so yeah. But that day, man, that whole episode, like you wake up in the morning. Who was it again?
Damian John,
the founder of Fubu.
Yep.
Can you imagine that you wake up in the morning and say you have your spot reserved for the seminar? Like, damn, I get to meet this guy. I get to get some good advice from this guy. And on your way to the seminar, your car, boom, breaks down. All right, life just hit you with a left hook. Bam, your car breaks down. in that moment, bro, what was going through your mind? Like, just take me to that whole moment.
So it's actually funny. Let me before I even get to that story. It's actually funny that you mentioned that, because actually yesterday, Damian John was back again in town in West Palm, and I went out there. He was the last speaker. I'm assuming he was the last speaker because I left early to talk. But what's his name? Grant Cardone was there, and Grant was his first speaker. And just what I just got off of him, I was just like, wow, like the levels. Like there's really levels to this, and like to even what you said, making connections, making investment, making moves. Like I'm a firm believer in that. Like everything is a connection and is tied to. And Grant Cardone was even talking about like how he has a private jet. And Damian on the other hand is talking about, man, why would you own a private? Like these are two people that can own jets, and one of them is saying, why would you own a thing? And one is like, bro, why don't you have it? And because Grant Cardone had the private jet, that's allowed him to meet Damian John one day. Damian was supposed to go to LA, and he missed his flight. Grant lives in Miami. Damian was in Miami. Grant lives in Miami. He said, hey man, I got a private jet, I can fly you over there, we'd be there no problem. And he heard of it. He called his agent, made it happen. So it's just like, when I heard that from that side of the thing, I'm like, this is how it's gonna relate to the story. When my car broke down, I was just like, man, I was just going through life as like everything for a reason. I was like, maybe I wasn't supposed to be there today. Like, yeah, I wanted to, but even to what you told me after, he wasn't even there, right?
He wasn't.
So my honest truth, to the reason why I wanted to be there, I bought his book, and I wanted to get it signed.
Exactly.
I wanted to listen to him, but that was if I didn't get it signed, I would have been more. Even if he dropped some gems, I probably would have been a little bit disappointed. Yeah, I really want because I'm like, man, I paid I went to the seminar on Saturday. His book is $20. At Barnes & Noble's is like $34. I'm like, I'm paying full retail. I'm like, I at least want a signature.
Right.
So I mean, but other than that day, it's funny. My car I probably spent another like $4 or $5 grand on that car.
Shit.
I'm finally now enjoying my financial fruits from spending it. So during that time, my car was just always breaking down, and I was just like, man, everything for a reason. Sometimes it just has to rain on you before you can see the other side, bro.
That's crazy. So yeah, I guess in the long run, I mean, it was a good seminar. I'm not gonna lie, but I thought he was gonna be there too, also. But for whatever reason, I guess I don't know, he just wasn't there. But yeah, so you didn't miss out on much, I guess, on that, because you only got your book signed.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It was better off you didn't go, because you'd have been pissed. Like, damn, my car broke down. I made my way to this. I only got my book signed. So yeah,
and that's another thing where I'm learning about life too. Is just when things happen, just don't get upset. Like getting upset, being frustrated. Like I was in the situation. The only thing my mind changed to being upset was the fact that the tow driver company, they said they're gonna be there in an hour, came by like 2 hours.
Damn.
That was the only thing that my mind shifted to being upset about. But before then, I'm like, man, I got insurance that covers up to 25 miles of towing every day for free.
Damn.
I mean, I got a car that even got me here.
What insurance is that?
Ocean Harbor.
Damn.
Like I got 25 miles for free. So that's why
That's a lot of miles. That's good.
I wasn't even stressing.
You know how much money that saves in your pockets?
I wasn't even stressing. So I'm like, I just started and this is why I talk about my channel, guys. This is why I constantly give out a gratitude video. Because it's just like you gotta take a step back. It can't be like Thanksgiving. It can't be like a life or death situation where oh my God, thank God I didn't die. It has to be like real. And sometimes they don't have to be that. Most of my gratitude videos are a lot of principles, a lot of things that I learned, or substance that just marinated. I'm like, wow, light bulb just went off in the head. It's just like when you can be appreciative of that, when you can be appreciative of where you come from, what you do, like what you have. When you get more, bro, or first is give, but when you're appreciative of this, if I'm appreciative of the phone, I don't mind losing it. People are not appreciative of it, so that's why they're so scared to lose it. But you gotta appreciate just the fact that you can make a call on it. Because if I can make a call, if I appreciate the fact I can make a call on just this $1,000 device, then I'm gonna appreciate that I can make a call on a $5 device.
That's very true.
I'm just so appreciative I can go on Facebook and Instagram.
More, yeah.
But I'm not appreciative of the basic features that the phone. Start so basic, and then work your way up. Because look how far we came from. So that's why I'm so like just basics, just gratitude, like things that when I could do that, then when later on I put myself in that position where I am enjoying financial fruits, that I'm like, now I understand, because I was so appreciative back then. Now I see a lot more.
Yo, real quick, speaking of gratitude, that's one thing that I'm big on. Well, I've grew into really appreciating gratitude and knowing the meaning of it. I have a list on my note app that I wake up every morning and I always recite that list. And it's like 15 things for me to be grateful for. And I promise to you, I lie to you not, bro. Whenever I read that list, or whenever I start reading that list and try to make a daily habit, bro, things start changing. It's like I start receiving more. You know what I'm saying? I start receiving more. Guys, I'm at a point when I first started personal training, I had 3 clients. And it's just me like having no job, just had 3 clients. And it got like, all right, you got 3 clients, it's a start. Next thing you know, I lost those 3 clients. Then I gained clients and I lost clients. But now it's like I'm on the upcline of getting clients. And right now it's like a lot of times I get a lot of clients from word of mouth. And like I said, by all means, I'm not a fitness guru. There's a lot of people out there that know more about the fitness stuff than I do. But I'm learning, and I just give people the real truth. I don't BS somebody. I give all my clients love me just because I give my full authentic self to them. Okay, and I always try to empathize with people, understand people coming from, whether it be payments, their situations. I always try to empathize with people. Always have empathy for people. Put yourself in their shoes and see where they're coming from. All right. And yeah, man, like I said, I used to wake up in the morning. There's actually a list of it in there that says, I'm grateful for my clients. I'm grateful for the money I have. I don't give a damn if I had $10 in my pocket. I'm still grateful for that $10 because that's 2 files I didn't have. That's one thing about me. I don't know. I feel like I always been so appreciative of money. Let's say people will be like, it's funny because I'm sure a lot of people are not going to agree with me on this, but let's say you have $5, right? What would the average person say? I'm broke.
Of course.
My thing is I'm not broke.
Yeah,
I got $5.
Yeah.
Because if I'm hungry, that dollar could buy me a drink, and another dollar could buy me something else.
Right.
So my thing is like, you gotta stop. Like, you can't have that broke mindset just because of what you have. Maybe it's little or you're broke.
Right.
Yeah, it's not much to take care of you financially, but you have something. That's the thing. That's the thing too. Like, one thing a lot of people grasp, like they have a whole lot, but they're not appreciative of it. So they're always trying to get more. What you trying to get more from? Like, is it for like you getting more really makes you feel better about yourself, or you getting more is you want other people to feel good about you?
Right.
2 different things. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for yourself.
Right.
Your happiness is not nobody's happiness. It's your happiness. But if you're doing it for the happiness of others, for people to approve of you, you're going downhill.
Yep.
You're going downhill. So, and that's one thing I really want to speak, especially for like our people too, man. It's like we gotta be grateful of things, man. We gotta be grateful of things for anybody. Forget our people. For anybody, you gotta be grateful of things. Because in hindsight, you might be doing better than what you think you're doing. You know, so yeah, man. So you saying that word gratitude it really took me back. It really reminds me to always be grateful of things. Always, man. Always. And also, I want to see like, what do you think as far as like motivation? Like, how do you keep yourself motivated to keep going? Like,
so right now,
do you have like a ritual that you do every morning? That's something that you like. All right, I wake up, I get my workout in, I meditate.
So I'm building on a ritual to do right now. I joined an accountability group. I would say, bro, that's the one thing